Hi everyone. In this particular session, I'm going to talk about how we can deploy the App Connect Designer flow in Cloud Pak for integration version 2019.4.1 in cloud managed and local connector deployment option. If you have not watched the part one, I urge you to watch the part one of the particular session. There, I have discussed about how quickly you can create a designer flow and how to export. So in this particular session, I'm going to talk about what all that you need to do for deploying this designer flow in Cloud Pak for integration in the cloud managed and local connector option. So as I mentioned, the prerequisites, you should have a cloud account with the App Connect instance. So please watch the part one. In the part one, I have talked about how to create an App Connect instance and how to create the flow. In continuation of the part one, I'm going to make use of the same flow that I've used in part one. It is nothing but the API flow, which would retrieve the account ID and account name from the salesforce.com. The parameter that we pass is account name. So in the interest of others who have not watched the part one, let me open up this flow and show you quickly. So first thing is you need to create a model. The model should have a properties. For this, I have just created two properties, and you need to define an operation. The operation could be of create, retrieve, update, and delete. So I have chosen retrieve, and when you click on the edit flow, by default it comes with the request and the response like this. Just two nodes will be there. Then you need to click on this plus to add the Salesforce um, node and specify you want to retrieve the accounts. Then you need to provide what you need to retrieve, and you can also specify as many conditions as you like, and you need to define how many items that you want to retrieve, how many items that you want to process. In case of no items found, how do you react? So these are all the options that is being provided as a part of the Salesforce retrieve accounts actions. Um, you know, for us to deploy this in the Cloud Pak for integration, go to the dashboard. Click on and say export. Click on the integration server bar file. I have already exported this. It is available in my in the downloads. So the next step is go to the Cloud Pak for integration. This is my homepage. Go to the instances. For you to proceed further, you have to have an App Connect Enterprise ACE dashboard instance, which I've already created. And when you open it, you get to see what are all the servers that you have created. So the integration server that is running, this is nothing but the one that I've deployed. If you watch the part one series, you will see how I have deployed this. And the bar file, if you go to this particular section, you see the bar file, which I have already uploaded. The only difference that we are going to see in this video is what you need to do if you choose the cloud and the local connector managed. Okay. Similarly, you can see this particular bar file is deployed to this particular Helm release. I'm going to create a new release. As I mentioned, copy this and download this package. Have it ready, and then click on the config the release. All right. So if you scroll down, you get to see. I have some problem in my browser. Just ignore this. When you're supposed to go for the release, you get to see the chart version. Please ensure you have 3.0.0, which is available on 2019.4.1. And in the configuration, you need to provide the values. Let me pause this video for a while and provide the values and explain what is the significance of the values that are provided in the appropriate sections. Just give me a minute. I will fill up the value and then explain. Okay, so before I forget, let me paste the content server URL. Sorry, just give me a minute. Okay. So let me paste the URL and let me fill up the values and show. Okay, so I have filled in the values. I have provided a name for the release, chose ACE as a target namespace, choose the local cluster, ensure the license is checked. I've already provided the content server URL from where it picks up the bar file. I uncheck the production usages because it is just a demo. Choose App Connect Enterprise only, and please ensure you choose enable for cloud managed and local connector. What this means is, as part of the runtime, it checks for the local connection first. In case of any uncertainty, then it will connect to your cloud instance and get the details of it. Okay. As we progress, I will tell you how to connect to your cloud instance and get those details. And there's another crucial section. If you look at it, by default for all the images, it will be cp.icr.io, which means Cloud Pak.ibm container registry.io. That's a server. From there, it picks it up. So this is for the entitled container registry. But just because I have all the images pushed into the local Docker registry, I want to refer to my local Docker registry. So just because this is going to be a ACE only image with a designer flow deployed in it, all you need to ensure that App Connect Enterprise images with the right values. Anyway, it does not have any dependencies on MQ client and MQ server. I'm just going to leave it as it is. It will not bother you anymore. Configurator, you need to change the Docker image path in the tag. Likewise, designer flows and connector images. Okay, and you need to provide your pull secret, the one that you have defined in your namespace. I have created my pull secret, which is already there. Service, leave it to default. Then comes the name of the secret to create. So this is the crucial part. This is the secret which would contain your credential information, which is required for the runtime to talk to the salesforce.com, as well as the information that the runtime required to talk to your App Connect instance in your IBM cloud. Let's see how to do this. You remember you downloaded one tar file before creating a click on the create release. So I'm going to navigate to that specific location where I've extracted already. So config extracted, you get to see all the files that is required. So again, you need to focus on providing the values for credentials.yaml and setDB palms. So let me show you what value you are supposed to put in these two files before you create the secret. Let me open that in the text editor. Okay, so I've opened that content of the tar.gc in the text editor. You are supposed to provide the Salesforce credentials of type OAuth2 password, your username, and the password. Password is the combination of your actual password and the security token. Please ensure. Purposely, I've masked or deleted my password. But you need to ensure that you need to provide your password and the security token, and the client identity and the client secret. Please reach out to your Salesforce specialist if you know how to generate this client ID and client secret. Please get that value and specify in the this particular YAML. And also the account name is very much important. This is the name that you have used in your cloud instance, in your integration designer flow. So open it, go to operation and say edit flow. And you see account 2, which is very much important. You need to specify the name as it is in your YAML file. Then comes setDB palms. For setDB palms, you need to provide the API key for this particular local runtime to talk to your cloud instance. So this is the name of the flow. If you look at it, this is the name of the flow, and you need to provide an API key and actual API key. How do you get the API key? Go to your cloud instance, and you see this is your sorry, just give me a minute. Cloud instance API key, you will get it from your cloud account, not from cloud instance. If you go to manage access IAM, you will get the cloud API keys. So please make a note, you can create the API key. It will show you once before you save it. So you need to save that one. So this is the key that I'm using. Even if I want to see it, I won't be able to see it. I need to delete or recreate. So the one that I have taken from this, you need to put it in the setDB palms. It is nothing but your name of the flow followed by a space API key followed by a space, and then the actual API key that you copied it from this your cloud account. So with this, we are going to create a secret. Let me go to this one and say .generate the value that you're supposed to provide us. Go to the Helm release, the value that you have already put, copy that and paste it here. Most probably this might already exist. If it exists, you need to delete and recreate it. You never know what values have gone into the previous secret. Let me check. As expected, the secret is already exist. So delete. Okay, please make a note for this OC command to work from your machine, wherever that you are executing this OC client. You should have done the OC login to your server. Please remember. So I'm going to recreate the secret again. Okay, just create it. Going back to Helm release. Now we ensure that the secret is created and ensure the replica count is to 1 just because it's a demo. If it is in a production, you can run it to 3. Rest of all you can leave to default, and I unchecked MQ volumes using root because I don't have any requirement to use the MQ. Likewise, I unchecked enable persistence and use dynamic provisions, and leave rest of the things to default and say install. It will take some time, but be patient. Wow, great. So now let me go back to my command line. Let me check OC get parts. Just wanted to check, are there any issues? Okay, so now this is the one that is getting created. It is 0 of 3, and it is in running state. Let us wait for 3 out of 3. 3 is nothing but it has a server, designer flows runtime, and then the connectors. So in this case, we are going to make use of the cloud managed and the local connectors. Okay, excellent. 3 of 3. Just to double check, just close this for a while and go back to your dashboard of base dashboard and refresh and check whether you've got the new releases up and running. Excellent. So this is the one, cloud and the local managed server. There's the name. Click on this. Just because it's a API flow, it will show you the URL to be invoked. Click on this. You get to see the documentation and you get to see the REST API URL. Click on this. You'll get an error. No worries. Go and say account and say welcome. Excellent. So you get to see the details. Let's say test. Just to ensure it is up and running. Oh, great. So now I have demonstrated two-part series. Part 1 talks about deployment of designer flow in Cloud Pak for integration in the local connector only deployment mode. And in Part 2, we have seen how do we deploy the designer flow in local connector and cloud managed. So with this, I would like to conclude the demo and thank you all for watching this. Thank you. Please look out for the following videos from me and have a good day.